They said I wouldn't need this chair, but I told them I would. Wow, huh? Wasn't that great? And the truth of the matter is, there's no place that we would rather be, right? But together. I have to take a deep breath. That was like, I guess this morning's really been 5 years in the making. Time flies when you're having fun, and it's a real joy to welcome all of you. You've come from near and far, so let's hear it for our friends from Minnesota, our friends from Detroit, our friends from New York. Oh, let's throw in New Jersey, too. We can't ever leave them out, right? Yeah, that one person from New Jersey. But then we also have Tampa and Orlando. And let's not forget Riverside, the beaches. Of course. I just get a few minutes this morning to give a little message and to welcome everybody. And I have to tell you, I think about it for months and months in advance. And when I start, I say, okay, what do I want to say? What do I want to say? I want to tell you all about how Generation W, how all of you have made it grow, and how Generation WOW is having impact, how Generation Works really changes people's lives with all the agencies that we work with. I want to tell you about all the good things that are happening. And I want to tell you the stories of companies and their success and how they're now having more women and diversity-focused programs. And I want to say all of that. And then I sit down at my desk and I look at the piece of paper, and there's just one word that comes up every single time. Blank piece of paper. And the word is gratitude. I come here every year, but actually most of the year, feeling so grateful. And especially this year, a milestone year. But time sure flies, as I said, when you're having fun. I am very well aware that all of you could have done something else today. The most precious asset we have is our time. And we choose to spend it together. And we spend it together because today is going to be a very special experience. We feel that responsibility. We are honored by your trust. But it's not just the experience of today, it's the experience that we want you to feel all year long. This is a day that we hope will awaken things that happen inside of you. Thank you for your willingness to be open to ideas, to each other, and to all kinds of opportunities. So let me just say this. Feeling grateful, there's research about feeling grateful. I don't know, do anybody research here? You know how you can get on Google and find a research thing that supports any idea you have? So I found this one. It basically says that if you feel grateful, essentially it reduces your stress level and makes you feel happier. So for this morning, I can tell you that feeling grateful is definitely something I want to do, but the reduction of the stress level, yes, absolutely. But being grateful is something, it's a great exercise we should all do every day. And I don't know if you've asked yourself, what are you grateful for today? For me, it's like daily exercise. When I wake up in the morning, let me ask you, how about a beautiful sunrise? Make you feel grateful? To me, it can make me feel speechless. And when that happens, so many other people are grateful. Okay, I get it. Or how many of you have children? I don't know, from the time my little babies were born, I would always go in their room and watch them and just see, right? Watch their chest gently rise up and down, make sure that they were breathing. And the funny thing is, my sons, my twins, are 18 years old today. But I still do it. Let me just say this. I hope Zachary got out of his bed this morning, and if I am embarrassing him, he deserves it. I said, if you're not here on time, I'm sending you back to Tulane. But I am grateful for my sons. I'm grateful for their love, and I'm grateful for their beauty. But then there's the beauty of ideas. Who here doesn't love ideas? They rush into my head. I do not know where they come from. They consume me. They're like electricity. My friends say to me, oh no, where's Cindy Edelman? Oh no, Donna, really? Another idea? You gotta be kidding. But they're like a current. They run through my veins. They transmit light. They pulse. How many of you feel like that? It is the most beautiful, energetic, enlivening feeling. And what are ideas at their core? But not little seeds. And how much does a little seed have? How much potential? How much power does it have to create something just extraordinary? You know, ideas have the ability to transform. They grow, they blossom, they reproduce. And the cultivation of ideas is like tending a garden. So it shouldn't come as a surprise to you that I love to garden. How many here? Anybody here like to garden? Okay. It's magical because you start with this little seed. I have a drawer. Every time I feel like I say this, I feel like Mitt Romney. I have that folder, that binder. I don't know why, it just pops in my head. I don't even know why I'm sharing that with you, but okay. So I have this drawer, and it has all these seeds in it. And like, all right, which one am I going to have? So right now I have cucumbers going, and I have peas and cantaloupes, summer squash. These little seedlings then emerge. There's my seedling. Oh my God, I love sunflowers. I listen, I water them, I talk to them, I encourage them. And eventually, right, they break out, and they're off on their own. They're kind of like our kids. They're off on their own, except when they don't get up in the morning. I honestly relish each leaf that is added to that plant. And at our house, we grow oranges and limes and peppers and lemons and tomatoes. But I have to just tell you, my favorite thing is my watermelon patch. I love these actually are my watermelons. And I go out there every day and I check them. I love them so much that I had to create a book. Shutterfly, anybody? Yes, Shutterfly. And my book is, this is what I say when you come over. Do you want to see my melons? Okay, so that goes in the box where my staff says every year you have to show the most embarrassing picture. So check, we're there. Okay, but when you see an idea, what happens? What happens to an idea? Well, if we are brave enough, we plant it. If we're determined enough, we nurture it. And it is hard work. For those of you who work in private equity or any kind of company, right, Laura? It is hard work. And if we are courageous enough, it bears fruit. But we all know that we don't do it alone, right? We have connectors. We have the pollinators. We have the birds and the bees. You didn't think you'd be birds and bees today. But then again, you probably didn't think you'd be seeing my melons. So, hey. Just 6 years ago, Generation W was exactly that. It was just a little seed. And I wasn't sure if I should take it out of its little seed packet, its little envelope. But early on, it found loving hands and really receptive hearts to help it establish roots. And that's what it really takes to get a good idea going. And there were many people here and outside of here who volunteered with the process. And we should all be grateful to them. Early on, we dared ask 2 key questions. What if? And my favorite question, maybe it won't surprise you, why not? Right? Why not take the leap? Why not create something you really couldn't see, but you knew you could feel it? And why not make a claim with a bold stake, a vision that just could blossom into something that could change a landscape? I started thinking about that phrase, changing a landscape. It somehow makes change feel positive, right? If you look out in the field and one day there's these kind of flowers and they're gorgeous, and then maybe a couple of weeks later there's these other flowers and they're equally gorgeous. It made change feel approachable and possible and even magical. But let me just say this, every person here has the ability to change a landscape. And isn't that what enhances our lives? I always say there's magic in planting seeds. It's the planting the seeds that's in ourselves. Where's my new friend, Kim Marie? We talked about that last night. The seeds in ourselves that gives us the strength, the roots, the steadfastness to be able to plant seeds in each other, right? Because if we don't do it with each other, then who else do we have? It's my mother. I'm here to remind you that today is a day you just make the most of what you can, all right? And that everybody here has the power to do that. You have the power to influence in great measure the people that are all around you, the people that you do know, and the people that you don't know. Has anybody ever had that experience where a passing glance or a smile just lifted your spirits? You'll never see that person again, but yet that person is within you. You know, I have to just tell you, one last story, is that when I told my friend Jerry Laybourne about this idea, I said, listen, this could be something that's bountiful, or it could be something that dies on the vine. All of us have had those ideas. And all of you stepped at that crossroad that say, which one am I going to do? Am I going to plant it and make it grow? Or am I just going to let it go, float on the wind? Somebody else will grab it. It will be their fruit. She said two things to me, and I think they're important for all of us. She said, one, you have to do this. And two, if you do it, we'll be there. So let me ask you this. Look to your right, look to your left. Who would you say this to today? Let me ask you another question. Who would you like to hear that from? You must do this. And if you do, we will be there. And talk about power. Oh my goodness. Jerry was good to her word. She was here the very first Generation W. She opened up our conference that year. She was here in between, and she's here today, and she will close it. And my friend, I can never be more grateful than to you. Thank you. The we she refers to is, since we began, we've had over 150 accomplished speakers join us. That's pretty incredible. And when we started out saying that we're in Jacksonville, Florida, who would come to visit us? What did I say? Why not? And what if? And they come back year after year, and we have this incredible love affair, and we all feel so much better for it, right? My friend Amy Mickelson, who flew in this morning from Georgia, right? Irene Britt, who said to me last night, meant so much. She goes, why haven't I been here before? I know that you'll be back again, right? You'll see all their names. And one woman in particular who's not here with us today, and we're like a family, and I hope that she's watching because we are live streaming. She stood on this stage 2 years ago. She is living with cancer, and her philosophy is life. She wrote a book. She goes, I live with joy. I choose joy. And as we watched her, knowing that she was going to have the challenge of her life, she reminded us that we have the choice to choose joy. And so for all of us here, Marianne, we love you, and we are choosing joy with you. And I hope that helps elevate your spirits as you continue to get better. I couldn't be any more grateful. To all of you who are here. There's a group here called Women in America. They are mentors and mentees who flew in from New York, a group that comes together for 18 months to actually mentor each other, talk about the power of connection. And now let's talk about the inspiration of the women of Winn-Dixie. Where are you? From day one, they have been an inspiration. We have been in their offices. We've met with them. They've given us guidance on what we should go. And I have to just tell you that that's the kind of inspiration that makes us all continue to say, why not? And of course, over here, there's Kelly anchoring the row. Paul, we're glad you're here. The women of Wells Fargo, for sure, also here from the beginning. And everybody here, a clap when the CEO of Florida Blue, Pat, spoke, because Pat's inspiration, but Florida Blue's been with us since the beginning, as well as, now we have new partner KPMG, the PGA Tour, Pepsi. Any of you can cheer anytime for yourselves. Baptist and Steinmart and Thomson Reuters. I mean, essentially, these are the people, right, that help to water and nourish our plants. And we look forward to raising the bar. Where's Sue? Over there with you for, I think, what you say last night, 20 years? I think you said the next 20 years. I think she said that. And how about our newest gardeners? How about Everbank? How about Adecco? How about Firehouse Subs? And oh, that's very nice, ladies. USAA, Ally, the Michael Ward Foundation, Cheney Brothers, and my good friends. I really am so grateful to Adam Silver and the NBA for being supportive this year. I think there's some folks who came in from the Orlando Magic, and we're glad that you're here. Should we sell tickets now? You know, we're thankful to our partners who believe, such as Hampton Golf, Greenpoint, Interline, Macquarie. Welcome to the USA, Macquarie. The PGA of America, Bug Pro, Eli Lilly, ICI, Peterbrook, and to all of you. To all of you. Our production crew who makes magic behind the scenes. This is really, truly a labor of love over many, many, many months. I've actually been with this team for over 25 years. And it is a joy just to be with them. And for the team at Generation W, oh my goodness, if Kasha gets one more credential call, please, I hope that no more credential calls now. Just show up and come on in. We're done. How about our students up in the balcony who've joined us from UCF, UNF, USF? For all the people here who work in the not-for-profit sector, our educators, our politicians, our school board members, our business leaders, our parents, our volunteers, this is truly about we. We matter. We make the difference. Today is about sowing the seeds of change, the ideas of change of today and tomorrow. And let me also please acknowledge the men who have chosen to come here today. My friend Jeff, who came from Sarasota, John from North Carolina, Bill Hughes from the TPC at Sawgrass, and I must mention the Quicken Loans men because I told them I'd make sure that they're all very pleased. Are we okay? We're doing okay? I said to them last night, I have sat in rooms, conferences filled with men my whole career. Nobody else once asked me how I felt. But you see, that's the difference. We care how you feel. And in closing, let me thank my hometown men, my husband MG and Zach. And let's follow the lead of our friend Tony, who stood here and opened this morning. She said, actually, she urges all of you to not let this day be just about information, but let it be about transformation. It's your call, right? You have the power. And I have to just say, the best seeds that will be planted today will be the seeds of friendship. And for that, I am enormously grateful. Thank you, and God bless.